Hi friends, welcome to another jazz guitar lesson from my little jazz guitar notebook here. Today's title is going to be, I'm going to be working off nice 2, 7 flat 9, 1 or 3 ideas. That is really boring. It's this sound. Or... it's that sound. I'm sure you've heard musicians use it all the time. It is a really simple thing. We can get it under our fingers straight away. Today I'm going to be in B flat major. And we're going to go 2. And instead of 5, we're going to play this chord. So I'm going 2, and then I'm going A7 flat 9, which is going to resolve to D minor or B flat major or B flat major in first inversion, whatever you want to think of it as. It's that sound, okay? I always associate this sound with, like, the person that always comes to mind anyway is Hank Mobley. I'm always thinking about Hank Mobley, as you should. And I think maybe that's where I first sort of heard the sound, and kind of maybe that's the first solo I transcribed that had it in, and it's such a lovely sound. You can do it straight away. So we're going to play any old nonsense that you would normally play on C minor. Let's go. Root 1. And then we're going to look for a note close to the note that we've landed on that is found in an A7 chord. In this case, I'm going to go C, C sharp, then I'm going to play C sharp diminished arpeggio. That's some of the notes from an A7 flat 9. And at this point, we're getting towards the end of the bar, so I'm going to try and resolve to a chord tone from B flat major. But that's not very pleasing, so I'm going to add a little chromatic passing note. That way I land on the beat. Sorry. So. Or I could go... I like that. Use that far too much. So the point is when I get to that, what is in the real book maybe that 5 chord, that F7, I'm thinking A7, I'm thinking dominant of chord 3. And then I'm just going to sit and just work out a bunch of ideas that basically do the same thing. If I find something I like on that A7, there, or maybe just this, doesn't get more sort of like I'm literally just playing the notes of the chord. And then I'm going to find a bunch of different ways to resolve that. Etc, etc. You can spend all day doing that, and you should. And then the next day do it in another key, next day do it in another key, etc, etc. You don't need to leave your house, you can just do this forever. There's not a huge amount to say about it, is there? It's a lovely sound. It comes in a few different forms. You'll often hear people use it in rhythm changes. But what's more common is actually this. So playing C sharp diminished, it's the same thing. Etc, etc, right? I think probably a key note to aim for is the E. That's going to really make it not sound like an F7, isn't it? For obvious reasons. If you're not sure why, have a little think about that. Soon as I play like a C sharp and an E in that context, it's, to me, sounds like that. I think something that's important to say as well is that the chord that we're dealing with here, the A7, is like an A7 flat 9 rather than an altered. So in other words, I'm thinking kind of D harmonic minor, A Phrygian dominant, but really I'm just targeting those chord tones. Especially if it's something that's kind of, you know, 2 beats per chord, like a rhythm changes. You don't have time. Ah. Etc, etc. Have some fun with that. Also, listen to Hank Mobley. If you like this sort of no-nonsense, straight-down-the-line jazz guitar, then please do consider giving me a like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a lot more of this sort of stuff. I think what the internet needs is more English jazz guitarists putting out content on YouTube. There's not enough of that, is there? Right, okay. See you all very soon. Thank you for your time. Thank you.